Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.Suganya, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today, we are going to see about the computer forensic cases that is developing forensic capabilities. In order to identify the procedures, policies, and practices, we have to have some standard operating systems, or we have to use a law enforcement agents, and what are the technologies is required. Okay, so whenever we take some infinite number of files which we have created or stored, there are only a finite number of hash values available. So that thus, it has been argued by some defense attorneys that drawing of increasingly sophisticated machines will eventually lead to creation of two disparate files with the same generated hash value. So that is, it's been getting duplicated. Okay, so how we can do that is we have to how we can have without affecting the normal files is like we have to know the appropriate tools that is necessary for our forensic techniques. So there are many number of investigative approaches like types of suspect device, operating system, software applications, hardware platforms, applications of appropriate domestic and international law, right? So we have these number of investigative approaches. So we have to know there should not be no magic formula for success in computer forensics. That is, we should choose appropriate tools for it. Okay, and how we can search and seize computer related evidence. So the thing is, how we can search is we know that the supervisors, investigators, the crime scene technicians, and forensic scientists is unique to digital evidence. The first and foremost, digital evidence is especially volatile and it may be vulnerable to power surges, electromagnetic fields, or extreme temperatures. Unlike traditional evidence in which analysis of samples is utilized to preserve the totality of the evidence and evaluation of the whole, making investigative mistakes quite costly. And such is not in the case with traditional evidence matters. So the sheer volume of digital evidence is very much important, and as much as investigators often look for that particular evidence, the real thing is releasing the scene in a timely manner is necessary. So imagine that the stolen diamond ring at Chicago's International Airport, securing the airport, seizing all mobility, questioning all individuals present, searching every area, and releasing the scene in a timely manner. In essence, a computer's wells may hide incriminating evidence in plain sight without damaging its utility. So the advent of encryption and steganography programs has made the process of recovering the data increasingly complex. Okay, you know what is steganography, and that currently adequate tool exists to break through most of these layers. Okay, so the law enforcement and the thing is they should always have some contingent characteristics, and it may be necessary to shut off a computer to prevent remote distractions, investigative agencies to help destroy strict research and seizures policies. So computer crime investigators or experts should be present at all scenes, and the training practices and personal management such as should be evaluated and updated on a regular basis. And complex networks, multi-user systems, and unique operating systems need therefore external assistance even in a well-staffed computer crime units. Okay, and pre-search activities. However, even the best forensic laboratory and analyst may be rendered moot. The investigation is conducted in a hazard manner. This includes all pre-search activities, this warrant preparation, intelligence gathering, assembling an execution team, planning the search and assigning responsibilities, executing the warrant, securing the scene evidence, preservation and transportation of evidence. So as stated, all phases of this evidence identification, collection, preservation, and analysis are necessarily interdependent and will directly impact the success of a criminal prosecution. And computer crime investigators, like their non-technological counterparts, should remember that advanced planning ensures the success of evidence collection. Proper intelligence gathering, for example, enables the investigative unit to collect the right expert evidence, contain its forensic software, and the like, while providing a blueprint for the corresponding warrant applications. Thus, all investigators should carefully evaluate the scenes. and tools specifically designed to facilitate the collection of this type, like internet service provider. Okay, and technological aspects like surveillance, undercover reconnaissance, informants, criminal histories, non-photographs. Okay, so these are all things necessary. So available operating system, storage devices, and hardware specifications should be included in warrant applications. So there are some warrant application should be reviewed always as many as specialists as possible prior to magistrate approval. So we should always have some seizing equipment, that is like to justify that which does not necessarily represent an instrument of the crime. Investigators should be aware such requests are often denied in cases. So no knock warrants. Preparing a toolkit also necessary. Miscellaneous writing and labeling materials. Okay, like materials to sketch crime scenes, blank forms, including inventory evidence, booking search warrant templates, note, note cards, stick on circles for marking the evidence, sanitary materials, flashlight, extra batteries, list of contacts. So everything is necessary for the evaluating the forensic evidence. Uses for removing even nails which secure multiple wires. Okay, so these are all things that has been necessary. Then multiple boot disk, backup hard drives in softwares, antivirus forensic softwares, text editors, verification software, medias, cables, cell phones, even the cell phones is necessary. So securing the crime scene, so all computers should be protected by the police officer. That is a very important thing. Thank you.